Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel. I'm playing an EIK WM France deck G4, G5, and G6 game with Wallfly, Wolfie, and Toolden. So no G6 cards in this first pile. Looks like the best card is Lady in Waiting. I see Dancer, Bard, Groupie. So 3 cards about traveling players. Interesting. Pasture Planner also can be good. I mean, it's usually a 6 wood action, sometimes more, sometimes 8 or 9, which is a lot. So what am I thinking I'm going to get back? Really not sure. Not sure what I'm going to want to get back either. Just take Lady in Waiting for now. Okay, so here are all the G6 cards. Fairy Godmother. When you play this card, if you have no improvements, probably it's supposed to be, Oh, I see. If I have no improvements, I get a sheep for every minor and a cattle for every major. That'd be really good with the pasture planner. Really good. You could get focus on building some pastures early and then try to get a breeding pair of sheep and a breeding pair of cattle. Fence overseer is always good. Wrestler. When another player takes animals, I can return one of my people on an animal accumulation space. Oh, I think it means that person gets to take another action, although I'm not sure. The wrestler doesn't seem particularly well worded. And then heretic. If you live in a stone house with 2 rooms, I can renovate to a wooden hut and build 2 rooms for free. Oh, that's quite cool. So you renovate to stone, and then you play the card, and then you turn the resources you put into getting to stone into something else. I think the pick here is going to be Pickler or Crop Rotator, though. Um, Crop Rotator is great for the Pickler because you can harvest grain at the end of the game and then re-sow vegetables. I think, though, Pickler with the 4 wood and not having fewer people see it is probably better. Okay, this card is probably... Oh, this is difficult. Estate manager, astronomer, permaculturist, cowherd, even rancher is possible. Could do frame builder and hope that I get heretic back. But I think frame builder I can probably get with my last pick because it's such a weak card. I think I take permaculturist just because there's a chance I get some really good combos. And the rest of these cards are not that strong. Okay, I think I'm going to take Dusk Worker because if I get use Pickler for a 4 wood action, one more 4 wood action, and if I get that card back that gives you cattle and sheep, that could be quite cool. So I think I'll do that. So Dusk Worker lets me plow one field and build one or two free fences. It really is quite solid. Okay, well, I know groupies out there, I know dancers out there, so I probably just take Bard for simplicity's sake. So Pickler, Bard, and Lady in Waiting all want to be played early, so we'll see if I get there or not. Bard wants to be played immediately after the Dancer is played, and then Lady in Waiting has to be round 4 or earlier, and then Pickler round 5 or earlier. Okay, Fairy Godmother or Heretic? Um, Heretic, however you say it. Probably Fairy Godmother. Heretic seems like it'll be a little too slow, unless you get something like Slapdash Renovation. Even then, I'm not going to get Reedstone Food that often because I'm going to be focusing on wood early in the game. So I think Fairy Godmother will work. Yeah. So my goal is to fence 10 early in the game so I can hold a breeding pair of sheep and a breeding pair of cattle. So this pick is definitely Rancher to help me get wood from my fencing. So basically, my hope is to get 6 plus 3 wood, so that's 9. 4 from Pickler, maybe 2 from Bard, and then one more, or two, one or two more wood actions. So this pick is Goose Pond. Goose Pond is excellent. Okay, probably Loom. I'm gonna have to check. Yeah, Loom looks good. Rum Distillery I know is good, but I don't have a way of accumulating grain yet. Donkey is excellent. Actually, with my setup, Donkey is really, really, really good. The only reason I would go with Loom over Donkey is because of the Fairy Godmother and how much food it could give me over the course of a game. All right, so Grotto, I want to pass Grotto to whoever took Dancer because I want the Dancer to go on Dance Lot to feed my Bard, so to feed their thing. Um, Archives looks cool. Um, Hunger Game looks really strong. Sawhorse I know is an excellent card. The only thing it doesn't work that well with my wanting to fence super early. At least it doesn't. Sorry, I should say it doesn't work with Fairy Godmother, which is why I would want to fence early. So maybe I should do Hunger Game. Paying a food for 2 points is pretty good, and if I'm feeding with animals, then I'm not going to need access to that food until the harvest. So yeah, I think Hunger Game is the pick here. So Breeding Barn looks pretty good. 2 wood and a point for another 3 animals. So that's probably 2 wood for 4 points generally, or 2 wood for 3 points. Drained Pond is usually pretty good. Outbuildings, I'm probably only going to build one room, so Outbuildings doesn't seem worth it to me. Same with Half Timbered House. Yeah, so I think the card here is Breeding Barn. And then this card, I think actually this card is stable. It gives me Passing Miner to play, which doesn't mess up my Fairy Godmother. It also lets me fence even earlier. I can, if I build a stable, I only need 8 wood total, 1 for the stable, 7 for the other stuff. So that, yeah, I think that'll give me enough to hold 2 breeding pairs. Okay, blueberries, bilberries. I don't know why it's called that. And Grotto did not get taken. That's very interesting. Maybe I should take Grotto. Give me a good way to use my food for Hunger Game. So yeah, that card's an example of why I don't like to play G6, because there have been questions on that card for more than a year and they haven't been answered. And the text is so clearly ambiguous, like, whatever. Anyways, I start third. Um, play Pickler or Bard. Maybe I play Bard. And if it discourages someone from playing Dancer, well, where do I think the Dancer is? Probably Wolfie took. Um, yeah, maybe I can play Bard because I know how many Traveling Players cards are out there. Okay, think I'm gonna need occupation a lot, so day labor seems okay here. Especially because I don't want to be stuck having to take Traveling Players myself. I want someone else to take Traveling Players. So I'm targeting 5 clay because I want the 2 clay fireplace and the 4 clay cooking hearth to go. And here I take 3 wood. Oh wow, Forshek looks pretty good. I hope I didn't pass that. I may have, because I didn't read everything as carefully as I should have. Yeah, it looks good. So I grabbed fish there just because I want to encourage people to go on traveling players, so that my bard can give me a payoff. So if my bard pays me once, and then my four wood from Pickler, yeah. So it's looking like I'll play. Yeah, I have some options. Oh, thanks, Wallfly. Really nice. Thank you. So I will play Lady in Waiting. I'm pretty surprised that Wallfly passed Grotto at the end there, considering she had Dancer. And she didn't know about. Actually, she did know about Bard because she passed it. But probably she should not have played Dancer there, considering I have. Um, considering what I have. So I am broadcasting live. I did broadcast live originally on twitch.tv/play_agricola. If you want to give me a follow on there, then you can chat with me live, ask questions, tell me what's all the stupid stuff that I'm doing. So I could play Pickler here, but I have a 4 wood action available, so I should just do that. There's the groupie. So Wolfie can pay 2 food to gain an action, and most of the time he's just going to end up going on day labor. So it'll gain him a couple food each time. Well, there's a 6 clay action available, so I think I go for that. And now I just play the waiting game, waiting for one player to play a major improvement. And once they do, then I can play all second action fence round 5 and then fairy godmother. That first pick Coney Hunter? Might be. Wallfly might dance here. But if she does, then Wolfie can go on 3 wood and block her 6 wood action next round. Oh, interesting. I guess she's deciding to go for the first room. So I feed 4. And 7. So then whether I might still play Pickler. I still have that option. But probably I haven't grabbed any. I haven't grabbed any things that help me get vegetables, so I would probably just end up giving those points away. So if 3 wood's available, I'll do 3 wood. I could also do a 3 read action, because it's all the read I need to build a room in one move, which is always handy. So I'd like Wallfly to dance here, get me food and wood. And then if she does, I grab read and then try to get a 4 wood action next round. Okay, burger flipper. Interesting. So I'd like Wolfie to play well with this action. That's what I want to see. He's got 3 stone. He can afford to do it. Three read. And Pickler, the timing has kind of gone, well, for the 4 wood at least. I might still be able to play it late in the game if I think no one else is going heavy into field play. especially if we're all doing animals. Nice. Wolfie playing a major improvement. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. That works perfectly. Okay, this move is for a Godmother easily. So now I can play Cooking Hearth, and my feeding is set for the rest of the game. Okay, so I want to get 6 wood with my first action next round. Alternatively, 4 wood is fine too, but I'll definitely build my Cooking Hearth here. So yeah, this should be my game at this point. Lady in Waiting loves late family growth. I've had an excellent setup. I mean, I'm going to be able to grow third or fourth, like I won't get skipped at all. And my feeding is set for the rest of the game, so yeah, it should be a pretty easy win for me. So now the question is, am I going to play Grotto? I think I probably will. Because if I play Grotto, then my Hunger Game... Like, I think I'm going to probably have too much food. So I need to set up for my Hunger Game. Also, yeah, Wildfly playing Gold Mine, so good for Wolfie. So good. So my second action is build room to try and to force Wolfie to start player if he wants to. If he wants to grow next round, that is. I guess the other thing I could do is play Grotto here. Start player Grotto. Oh, interesting. Tulden built a room somehow. When did he play Remodeler? Whoops. Wow, I totally missed that. Um, okay. Then do I just build a room here or do I start player, get my grotto going? Actually, grotto, there's no way for me to grow into the grotto aside from buying the resources. Okay, yeah, I'll just build a room. I don't need to play grotto. So this is a who will Wallfly help the most to win game. I've been immediately after her in the draft order, which is helpful, but then Wolfie got the double help, and Wolfie and I both got help from her playing Dancer. Now the question is, but then she played Goldmine, which is good for Wolfie, so we'll see. I'll grab 4 stone if it comes around. And Hunger Game is worth playing too. It'd be worth 8 points. Okay, cool. So I can start player Hunger Game here with my first move. And then hopefully on Family Growth round 9, I can play Loom. Hunger Game is really, really, really strong. 4 food for 8 points. Even 8 food for 8 points is really good. If you compare that to something like the guy, it's 3 food to a point for the glutton, which is crazy. So one of the things about this game, about Agricola, is that the more effort you put into something, the more you get out of it. So the more effort you put into crops, the more crops you get. Now, if you take grain once and sow grain once, then you accumulate grain very slowly. But if you spend multiple turns plowing and sowing, then you can get a lot out of it. So then cards that let you go above and beyond the maximum, cards that let you turn grain into bonus points, those are really strong because it lets you go extra into those categories. Similarly, in this game, I have way more food than I need. So Hunger Game lets me put even more effort into that food and get an even greater return. And I'll take 4 wood here because now I can play Loom on Family Growth next round. And then all I need is 6 wood to complete my fencing, and then another 2 wood for breeding barn. So I need 8 more wood, because of course Dusk Worker will give me another 2 wood on top of that. And then fill up my farm with plows, and try to get lots of vegetables, and then play Pickler for some bonus points late. That's a nice combo for Wallfly. Pen plus Archives is nice. Animal trap is nice for Wolfie. So this harvest, I'm going to generate 4 food from cattle, um, 2 food from sheep, and then another 2 food from my loom. So I'm going to generate 3 more food than I need. And then I'll end up paying that excess into the hunger wall for 2 points. But 8 food per harvest at this point is excellent. Okay, I think I just do plow here. I don't need to take wood when the accumulation space is this low. So, yeah, I think just plow is fine. So at some point, I want to grab um, clay so that I can reno. Other than that, keep plowing, keep getting animals. Normally, a 3-room house like this would have a pretty low point ceiling, but Hunger Game makes my point ceiling super high because I can get 8 more points out of it, and then a loom as well makes my point ceiling a lot higher because I can get nice 3 bonus points for having 9 sheep. And then Scrounger's out, so I just need to make sure I remember Scrounger has been played. I could play Grotto just to get clay and stone without using an action, because I'm gonna pay 2 more food than I need. I only need to pay 1 food for Hunger Wall, so I could play Grotto in place of taking clay, and then it doesn't cost me anything extra in terms of the food, at least not this harvest. So maybe I could do that. So if I could get 4 wood and then fence again, that would be quite good. 4 wood, fence again, and then take boar at some point. So I keep plowing as much as possible. It makes fewer plows available for my opponents, and every time it's worth 2 points for me, so really not a whole lot of reason not to do it. So probably, so I'm gonna take so many clay that I can afford to reno, build an improvement, and um, yeah, my goal will be I can do Reedstone food once to get Reed and Stone for the Scrounger, make it a 3-point action. Ooh, Wolfie faster than me, damn. I'm usually the first one to respond to questions like that. So yeah, rest of the game, take wood, take clay, take Reedstone food, take crops, take 2 boar at some point. Hopefully around 12 I get 2 boar. Try to get a nice plow sow action. I have good start player cards, Goose Pond, Breeding Barn, Blueberries, Bilberries, I guess. Well, oh, Podium's pretty strong. So I could take wood, but I think I'm probably going to get 4 wood next round from the 1 wood action. So I think I'll just take clay here. So my next action, probably take vegetable. Okay, I definitely do not like Wallfly playing crop rotator here. Because the initial, like the ability to do a harvest when you play it is really good. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh well. Okay, this action, yeah, vegetable, I guess. Because then next round I can take grain and then do a sow action and set myself up nicely for strong crop scores. The traveling players in fishing spaces are getting pretty silly. So Wolfie's been taking wood quite aggressively, so I'll probably just take 3 wood with my first action. Although I could plow. Plowing wouldn't be terrible because he's probably going to do day labor ahead of 3 wood. He doesn't actually really need wood, I guess, because he can build one more stable. Alright, so that's probably the last regular plow I need to do. So I'll do 1 plow with Dusk Worker and then 1 plow sow. So pretty much with me taking plow first action, I've made it really difficult for anyone without a plow themselves to get enough stuff. So now I'll grab, yeah, I could take grain and then sow. That's probably fine. Oh, nice for Toolden, playing donkey. So he's probably hoping for family growth to come out because he's only at 3 people. Has no way of getting the fourth. Also because he doesn't have any crops, so um, plow sow is not really that all that valuable for him. So I'll start player with my first action in round 12 um, to get plow sow to get family growth, I guess. But I can wait and see what my opponents are doing. Oh, Toolden, that was on family growth. Interesting. Okay. So Wallfly just did start player. Oh. Well, that's good for me. So my first action, Wallfly I imagine will do plow sow or family growth, and then I'll do 4 wood. And then that's all the wood I need for the rest of the game, assuming I don't play Breeding Barn. But playing Breeding Barn, it would be like a 4-point move, so it might be worth taking wood again so that I could play it. I guess I could take 4 wood. 4 wood is a 2 point increase from on the stone oven compared to just building fireplace. So taking 4 wood would be a 2 point action. But I do need 1 food for hunger wall, so probably doing reedstone food is okay in this round is okay. Now that card looks pretty strong, and it's an Oxman card. What do you know? So I got a food from Wallfly, so that's quite nice. It's gonna be my hunger wall food. So the 2 boar are gone, unfortunately. So I'm gonna want to set myself up to first action start player round 14 or round 13. So I can always just play Goose Pond, or if I take 2 wood here, then I can play Breeding Barn instead. So Breeding Barn is better if, probably only if, well, actually Breeding Barn would be 3 points for a 2 point increase over Goose Pond, so it's worth the 1 action to do it, I guess. Yeah, okay. So I think I'm gonna do Dusk Worker here because I'm gonna have to give up all my food anyways. May as well save 1 food. I'm also gonna hold. I'm also gonna hold on to my Reno because I want to screw with Wolfie's Reno because I think Wolfie is. Oh, Tulden's having a nice game, but I think Wolfie is probably my biggest opponent. So Wallfly needed to start player or to Reno there. I don't really understand why she's not. I guess I can just Reno. I'll Reno and play Goose Pond. So there's my one food for hunger wall. So my to-do list: Reedstone food and pickler, probably. Reedstone food, take vegetable one more time to secure myself pickler. Although really, there's no one that can contest me on pickler. Unless Wolfie takes pickler, takes vegetable here. But then he's not even going to get a sow action, so I think I'm fine. Okay, I'll just do Reedstone food here. Get it out of the way. So this last move can either be 2 boar or it can be occupation. Probably, probably 2 boar will get around, I think. Because if I do plow sow, there's gonna be, I'll get 2 boar or family growth. Um, yeah, I mean the second boar is not worth that much more. You know what? I'll just play Pickler here, sure. I took an extra sheep and a cattle from breeding thing. So then my next move is 2 boar or family growth. And if I think someone's competing with me for pickler, then I take 1 vegetable. But I think that's unlikely. So I generate 4 food from my cattle, and I generate 2 food from my loom. So that puts me at 6. So if I can avoid eating sheep, that's going to be worth 2 points. Letting my sheep breed up will be 2 points. Getting 2 boar would be nice as well. Although 2 boar like won't be enough to get to 5, unfortunately, even with the breeding bull. So I think that was a 4-point move for Wolfie, which is nice. Ties me for Pickler and then also gets him another point from his vegetable. So Wolfie and I probably will share the two 4-wood bonuses. So that food guarantees that I can breed my sheep. And it gives me a 1 cattle for 1 point action as well. But I also have minor improvement stables and bilberries, so I have plenty of food actions available. I have a 1.1 grain action. Doing fine there. Doing that just to deny Wolfie. Might make him starve. So I score 41 plus 18 bonus points for a total of 59, which is huge. Very, very strong. So yeah, pretty strong game by me. Um, Lady in Waiting, Late Family Growth, perfect. Um, and then I think like Fairy Godmother. Fairy Godmother is probably really strong because of what I did exactly. You just wait until two majors have been played, which usually doesn't take too long, and then you grab a breeding pair of cattle, and then you grab like 3 or 4 sheep. You let the you eat all the sheep down to two, which lets you feed that harvest immediately after you play Fairy Godmother, and then you have a boar and or a cattle and a sheep to breed for the rest of the game, which is ridiculous. Way, way, way too strong. And yeah, of course, late family growth with Lady in Waiting was very powerful. And then Loom gives me a nice high point ceiling. Yeah, very, very strong game for me. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for me. I'll hang around and chat for a bit. I'm not even gonna look over this draft. Like, I mean, I won by 12 points. Not really much to evaluate there. Um, Thank you very much for watching, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'll hang around and chat for a bit if you want to ask me any questions. And see you guys next time.